Coach, I'm interested. You said that wasn't the way you saw the game playing out. How did you see the game playing out? Obviously, you had an idea of what you thought might happen. What did you think would happen in that game last night that didn't?
I figured that the O-line was going to be a little bit, a lot more overpowering because they were big, and I knew that it's one of the things I told the kids. It is what it is, guys. I'm always super transparent with my players. Hey, guys, they're bigger than us, and they may be a little stronger than us, but they ain't going to be tougher than us. And sometimes, size does play a major factor and stuff. And I thought they were going to be able to control the line of scrimmage a lot more. But watching the film this morning, it was just unbelievable how hard our defensive line played. It was amazing, actually, but it's real. I always talk to the kids like that, guys. It's probably going to hurt a little bit more, so we have to tighten up a little bit. We have to, bite down the mouthpiece a little bit more, because I tell them what to prepare their minds what they're fixing to get into, so that way when they're in there, they're all about it, and then it's just adapting and overcoming. But it was just a great game. It brought back kind of like a feeling like of the Abilene game, because you're in pregame and you're looking at all these kids and it's like, wow. It looks like almost like a college team. They're all 6'2" and above and stuff. And but you know what? It's the size of the what is it? Not the dog. The size of the fight and the dog. The size of the dog in the fight, but the size of the fight and the dog. And that's the whole thing about us. As I told Coach Hamilton pre-game, like, Coach, we're not very big, but we're gonna bite your ankles off for 4 quarters, man. So and it showed yesterday. And like I said, extremely humbled and grateful for our kids.
Well, and you guys set the tone so early, Coach. I mean, people had to be a little worried when that opening kickoff went back a lot, 40, 45 yards. Spencer Graham ran it back. But you guys came up with a huge turnover. And, I mean, the defensive line caused their quarterback to throw the ball, and you got the interception right off the bat. That had to show you something right off the straight out of the box, that you guys were there and you were going to make it really tough on their offense all day long.
Oh, absolutely, man. They watch us on film. They know we're going to be a defense that's going to basically bring pressure. And believe me, there's not a 16 or 17-year-old kid in this nation that wants to stay in the pocket and get hammered. So at times they're going to get happy feet, and at times they're going to throw the ball a little sooner than normal. And that's exactly what happened. He threw the ball a little sooner than normal. Receiver hadn't even been looking back for the ball yet, and of course our safety picked it off. But it's one of those things that it's live and die by the blitz, and at Harlingen we're going to bring pressure when we feel we need to, and at times, we're going to make it look like we're coming, but we're not. But it's a game, man, that's played with by kids and stuff, and then that's the whole thing about sometimes we put too much thought into it, and it's like, look, man, it's a kid game, man, and you got to make sure you just go out there and let these kids have fun, and that's the most important thing, here at Harlingen. We work them hard so they can play hard and enjoy themselves. And last night it showed, and then it's so rewarding as a head coach and as a staff to see that, man, because we put these kids through so much, and they definitely embraced it. They didn't endure it; they embraced it, and then they go out there and we turn them loose and let them have fun. And last night was a perfect example of that.
Now you've got a little bit of space before your next game. You're going to play Harlingen South. It's the Bird Bowl on the 29th. How do you guys go from this game where you played Reagan team that was, it was going to be a tough matchup, and then you're going to have like kind of a little bit of a break, and then to get ramped up again for the Bird Bowl?
Brother, if y'all would have seen our workout, we just have with our kids. We don't take a day off, or we don't say, hey, we're playing. It's always us versus ourselves. If you were to come in here now and say, hey, what do y'all play on next Friday? They're going to tell us ourselves, So we work them hard so they can play hard. And like I told you, right now we just got after them in the weight room right now, a little bit of running and stuff, and a little running first in the weight room, and these kids embrace it, man, and that's the whole thing about what we do. We prepare like we're playing the Cowboys or whoever, we prepare for that, man, and that's the whole thing about what we do here at HHS.
Now, last night after the game, I have to imagine, I don't know if do you hurt your back bending over to talk to Kevin, or do you pick him up and put him on your arm?
Good Lord, man. Taking shots.
Kevin,
taking shots.
Oh, Kevin was part of the 9x6 family for a while, so I like to take my little pop shots. That's why I have the radio.
Yeah, I know my boy Kevin. He probably saves money on the buying clothes instead, go to the kids section. But hey, I love me, Kevin, man. I tell you what, Kevin, he always approaches you with that, man. You got a big old smile on his face, man, and he definitely enjoys what he's doing. So believe me, it was better. I'd rather talk to Kevin better than that dude. I don't know what his name was. That camera guy used to send over Jake, and
he's with 4 now, and he has teeth.
Well, no comment, man. No comment, man.
Oh,
no comment.
man. Oh,
It's
man.
all good. It's all good. Like I said, hey, it's all good. Like I said, it's respect when people are hating on people. So
That's right. That's exactly right.
Your district has proven that it's going to be just as tough as last year and the year before. Your district has now become, at least when I first started coaching, when we had the Harlingens, the PSJAs, and the Edinburghs, and it was like that monster district. Your district has pretty much kind of solidified itself as the top district year in and year out for football, at least.
Well, I really don't. I asked, but really I didn't ask last night. I follow that. I forgot what that app is, and I follow the scores. But I'm so thankful for San Benito being after Memorial. Don't get me wrong. I love me some Coach Bill Littleton, man. He's a tremendous coach and has done a lot of great things. But it's just I like I have good friends over there at San Benito and both staffs, but I'm just, I'm a believer for Mike Moore. Mike Moore does a tremendous job defensively. Of course, Coach Dodd does a great job offensively, but, that group over there, they work extremely hard. You got some ex-Cardinals on that staff and stuff, but, even Mike Burkett at West Equeese, I know those guys work hard over there too, and that's the whole thing about it. If people sometimes, sometimes it's a fight issue. They don't want to come and look at what they do. But I tell you what, you go watch those guys, and hear about what they do and stuff in their programs. It shows, man. Anybody can hoop and holler on Friday. No, it's not grinding on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, grinding in July, grinding in June, and it proves, man. It goes out there and it proves itself on the football field, man. But at the same time, I know that from what I understand, I think McAllen Memorial's running back went down. That's what I heard. But it's part of the game, man. It's part of the game, and unfortunately, some teams have more depth than others and stuff, and sometimes it shows, man. But I think our district is tough for the simple reason of the work ethic that these coaches bring to the to the stage and to the programs, man. But it is what it is. But at the same time, I know there's a lot of great football teams coming up. I know, like Coach Rodriguez at PSJ High, he's doing some great things over there. And but only time will tell. But like I said, all we worry about is all I worry about really is about our nest and make sure that our nest is taken care of here at Harlingen High School. Well,
and that's the thing, Coach. The better off your district is, and the more competition that your district offers, the more prepared you're going to be for the playoffs. If Brownsville Hanna is improved this year, which they are, if Los Fresnos is taking it to teams like McAllen, which they did last night, Weslaco East and Weslaco taking it to beating San Antonio Marshall, all this is good for you guys because you're going to play them, and that's going to get you guys better ready for the teams that you want to play in the playoffs and get past in that second round, in that third round, in that fourth round, all the way down.
Oh, absolutely, man. You're talking to a person who's been there, done that, and the whole thing about it sometimes it's health, man. It's who can stay healthy, which is pivotal once you start going into this district, because once you get into the playoffs, of course, you don't want to be limping into the playoffs and stuff, and then one and done kind of stuff. And so there's a lot more management that's involved. It's like coaching up some kids that maybe JV kids that at times can help you on varsity, and that's some of the stuff that we emphasize over here, because eventually, like I say, we can't just grind the same key players over and over again, and then something goes down, and then you got kids in there that are not very battle tested. So you have to find ways to get some guys in there in critical situations. So you can keep your key players healthy, or at least that's my philosophy, man. And it's seemed to work for us in the past years. But like I said, we're excited to play anybody, man. And at the same time, I'm just humble and blessed to have a great staff. The continuity that we have at HHS is tremendous. Out of the 16 coaches that I have, 13 of them are ex-Cardinals, so it's a lot of continuity, a lot of high expectations, and it makes it easy for me at most of the time when I can turn my back on my staff, because I know what those guys are all about. So my hats off to my staff for sure, and no doubt the kids they played tremendous. But they expect it because of their work ethic, man. They know that how hard work will always pay off, and it shows on the field.
You are listening to The Huddle on Fox Sports 1700 and 956sports.com. Jake Berry, Clay Williams, we are being joined by Coach Manny Gomez of the Harlingen Cardinals. Appreciate you joining us, Coach. And I had a question. You mentioned, guys going down and, getting through without injuries. Last night you had a couple. I'm interested to know Abel Castaneda, your top running back, Riley Salceda, your top receiver. How are those guys? You've got 2 weeks until the Bird Bowl. What does it look like for those two right now?
Right now, they're actually, as we speak, they're at the doctors, I guess, getting X-rays and whatever they need to get done. But if anything, it's the only great thing about it is like we have an open week, so it buys us time to heal. But at the same time, again, it's a program, so it's next man up, and we have some young kids who are stepping in and are going to step in and get some reps for the simple reason of possibilities of these kids not being ready for the Bird Bowl. But, it is Bird Bowl, and these kids are seniors. Those 2 kids you talked about, they're seniors. So, they're going to do whatever they have to do in their power to find a way to get back on the field for that game. So, again, that's only time will tell exactly what's going to go down with those 2 young men.
Well, Coach, we'll have to check back with you right before the Bird Bowl. But best of luck this week, and hopefully those guys can come back and regroup and get healed.
No problemo, man. I appreciate you guys. You guys have a great day.
Thanks, Coach. You have a great one, too.
All right. Yes, sir. Bye-bye.
Coach Manny Gomez of the Harlingen Cardinals. A lot of people, they're intimidated by him, and he's he looks like I don't want to say miniature. He's a smaller version of The Rock, even though he's big. He's big. He's a lot bigger than me. We have the same stylist for our hair, and
guys save a lot of money that way.
Yeah, I mean there were times about 2 years ago. When I was losing weight, I was lifting a little bit. I had a picture of Manny on the mirror. Every morning I would go, I want to look like that.
You don't tell everybody that you've had that picture on your mirror for like 10 years now.
Yeah. So I didn't say how long I've been working on it. But I shaved my head like him. So, that's what matters.
Fantastic, Coach. Fantastic. Did you hear that? How many coaches he's got on his staff who are Harlingen alum?
I know.
13 coaches on his staff who who graduated from Harlingen High. That's pretty impressive. That's a coaching tree, and of course he's got